Hey y'all, what's happening? Wanted to do a reading. I'm just gonna ask that you excuse any background noise. But this one is it's not in a particular sign, but we're gonna go based off of the energy of Virgo, and this is energy of I analyze, which basically is paying attention to detail, which in some cases can be very good. But in other cases, you want to make sure that you're not taking it to the extreme, being petty, obsessive, and overly critical. So, whatever situation that you are dealing with, you want to make sure that you are paying attention to detail right now, being in Virgo energy. But you also want to make sure that with that, you're not being overly critical about everything and being petty, like nitpicking at everything. So, what we have here is in the past, you may have felt like you were dealing with something, that kind of hurt you emotionally, and you tried to be really strong using whatever reserves that you had to get through this, but it was a situation that may have repeated itself and possibly in some kind of way came back around. And this was so that you could look at, going into the Virgo energy, how you were dealing with it when it came up in the past. When things repeat with judgment, it's for you to look at how you dealt with that situation. So it could have been a situation or a person from the past that came back, so that you can make peace with it, so that you could look at how you handled it, paying attention to the details of it, but not being overly critical, whether this is a situation that involved just you, where you may have been overly critical of yourself, or a situation with someone where you weren't paying attention enough to the details, and that's something that you needed to do. And because you may not have paid attention to the details of it in the past, it hurt you. So you had to look at the situation coming back around again and use whatever reserves that you had to deal with the situation. This also, could presently be something that you are facing right now, where it deals with your home life and needing to really look at the options that you have, but having to use a strategy. Okay, so again, when it comes to utilizing this Virgo energy, how you set up your family foundation, there's a lot of detail that you need to pay attention to that goes into that. However, you don't want to be looking at every last detail, again, and being overly critical of yourself in a situation, possibly another person that you could be dealing with, and how you're laying out this foundation. But you do want to strategize. You also want to figure out what it is that you need to leave behind. And one of the biggest details that you might need to pay attention to is if you're being lied to, or if you're lying to yourself with the Seven of Swords, because this is facing the Four of Wands, so it is in direct, I don't want to say opposition, but it is in the direction. He's going in the direction of the Four of Wands, which deals with your home life, your stability, your happiness, being able to have something to celebrate your foundation. And then up here we have the Seven of Cups. So we're dealing with two sevens. So this is having options. In the past, you may not have utilized the different options that you had. So judgment came back around to you, to see how this time you are going to strategize and deal with this situation. So now that we're coming into this other energy here, we have some movement. So now that you understand the kind of energy that you need to be into, paying attention to the detail but not being overly critical, lean on whatever spirituality that you have. This also may be you looking towards somebody else that is in your position that has more knowledge than you do when it comes to that, because there's also this King of Pentacles person here that may be coming along, or that may be there to aid you, give you advice when it comes to practical advice that can help you financially, maybe even bless you with some money or help you out financially and move things in a different direction. There could also be some distance between you and this individual, but it is up to you now to use your discretion and discernment and call upon whatever higher source of spirituality that you have. Again, strategizing and using whatever inner strength that you have when it comes to moving. You may also be being called to move in a different place when it comes to setting up this foundation, or if you ended up moving to set up a home life for yourself, it could have hurt you. So that could be something that you may not have paid attention to, all the detail, all the things that you needed to look at when it came to what you may have possibly had to sacrifice in order to have that happy home. And this person here also could be someone that is coming back from your past that you see as an option, or may have seen you as an option, but is giving you a second opportunity to be able to use some kind of discernment and look at the details in this individual in regards to how you are dealing with them, how they deal with you. Pay attention to the details in this person, their personality, and everything that will actually help to aid you in how you're going to go about moving forward. And again, leaning on whatever spirituality that you have. So hopefully this helped you. Now, the advice that we have here is fire. This is a powerful and intense energy here. With this is like going into the Wands energy, but this is calling you to really take some action when it comes to your situation, being focused and determined to see something through to the end and honoring and following your own personal passion. Okay, so if this aided you in whatever situation that you are going through, I ask that you'll please give it a thumbs up, like it, share, subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment and let me know what you thought about it and how it may have resonated with you. Until the next time, peace and blessings.